Rewinding a bit. I should say, though, that the process I'm about to describe, the hermeneutical process, is not done by all people all the time when they read the Bible, obviously. Rather, what I'm going to describe in future videos is the ideal. This is what we ought to do when we, as Christians or anybody else, reads the Bible, if we really want to understand it deeply and accurately. We ought to do this, but we don't always. There is, uh, and there is actually not enough time, not enough hours in the day for all people to be this thorough in their handling of the text of Scripture. And that is okay. But there are specialists, say in seminaries, which may take, for example, just the Gospel according to Mark or just the letters of Paul and devote their career to studying that. And that is why commentaries can come in handy. The respective authors of the commentaries of Scripture have commentaries on Scripture have hopefully done that. They've spent years and years and years studying it. And that is also why a set of commentaries is not by the same person. Each volume in the set is not by the same person because the one person who wrote, say, the commentary on the Gospel of Mark may not know very much on the letters of Paul. The Bible is a fairly long work. All right, so the introductory matter is basically out of the way. In the following videos, I'll be explaining more about how in the following videos, I'll be explaining more about how the hermeneutical process is carried out in practice. So far, I've just been explaining that there is such a process going on. Just to be clear, I'm not going to be using this book that I showed you before in this series of videos. As I said, it is unless I explicitly refer to the book, I'm not appealing to something in the book per se. I'm just talking about hermeneutics in general, although I'll be covering much of the same material that's probably in the book. So I shall not be using the book I mentioned earlier unless otherwise noted in what follows, but as I said before, it is highly recommended. If you are serious about deeply digging into the Bible for yourself, it should probably be the first book you add to your library, or a good book like it. You might want to check out the book entitled Reading the Bible for All It's Worth as well. I have not read Reading the Bible for All It's Worth, but I am told it is quite good as an introduction to hermeneutics. The hermeneutical spiral book I have read. It is quite good. Reading the Bible for all it's worth, I'm told, is good as well, and perhaps more of a popular level than hermeneutical spiral. Alright, so the tentative coming videos, or the table of contents, we're just finishing now with the introduction, and the tentative table of contents is the next video on authorial intent, the intent of the author, then original language, then genre, then historical/cultural background, then intended audience, and that's all I have so far in this script that I'm writing to read as I do this series. And I should say as well, this is when you're doing hermeneutics, there's different approaches you can take. This is one approach. And I said at the beginning that there's one right way to interpret the text, and that's it. That's not totally correct. I suppose there are, other hermeneutics, but whatever hermeneutic you pick, it should be a good hermeneutic that will objectively give you the authorial intent, what the text meant that the author was trying to communicate to his original audience. And this this kind of approach is also called historical grammatical criticism. And of course, a criticism is not necessarily a bad thing. We're not saying, well, we're critical of the Bible, so we reject the Bible. No, we're using criticism in the sense of uh, uh, drawing out of the text what the original author intended for the original audience. All right, so historical grammatical criticism, hermeneutics, the science of Bible interpretation. This is an important topic, very, very important topic, because as I said, Christians are always appealing to the Bible for their own beliefs and lifestyle, and non-Christians often appeal to the Bible as well, either to say that the Christians are wrong or that their alternative view is what the Bible really meant, or just not wanting to. People use the Bible to do all sorts of different things, but some of these are better than others, and we'll look at a good way to do it, the right way to do it, as we continue our examination of hermeneutics. Shalom out.